Okay. Let's close that. I don't need that open anymore. We're done. We're through the story time. What I should be doing is getting into the game. Um, and I'll just, yeah. Yeah, I'll delete that now. Delete. I don't like leaving garbage around. Okay. And I put the game somewhere over here. Nya. Bwah. Bwah, I say bwah. Also, why? Why? That is highly inaccurate. It's terribly inaccurate. Bwah. I see. Wait, I got distracted. I'm supposed to be doing this. Oh my goodness. I see you come back from the ad break and just bash me into orbit. I see how it is. I see how it is. I had some ideas. I was thinking on the flight about things I want to do. Now your earbuds dead? Nice. You come back from ads, now you're deaf. Oh well. I guess I can't talk to Terry. He can't hear me. Yes, let's get this started. Oh, I was trying to time it with a fast travel. I don't think... I forget. I should check and see how I got things queued up. I think I just allow things to just all go into the queue without waiting. So it should be possible to have them fire in quick succession. Just watch what I say. Oh, I'm on speaker now. What could I possibly say on speaker that could be problematic? Maybe I could mention that Terry's adorable. Yes. Yeah, I should mention that. And he's a troublemaker. Easily. Little gremlin. I would never, Terry. Today. Let's see. Where am I? What are we doing? Oh, right. All of my quests are hidden because I did a little bit of tinkering off stream on Thursday, Wednesday? Ah, Thank you for the pets. Let's see. Oh, I didn't pick up the next story quest? Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's another reason. But yeah, you'll see I have fewer quests in my log now. We went from, I think, 11 or 12 down to 5. I'm doing good. Alright. So I need to get to... Oh, right. So we had just finished the snow-cloaked dungeon last time. And so the quest line picks up right from outside of there. That's right. So... let's get back over there. Welcome back from dinner. What'd you have, Jinx? Oh, well. What's up, Terry? Excuse you? Excuse you? Not right now, silly bots. A horrible healer in games. I do recall you mentioning that you were not focused on your duties as a healer, yes. Certainly not nearly as focused as one should be if the rest of your party's life is in your hands. What about it? I had a cheeseburger and some fresh made fries. Nice. Actually, that's not too far off from what I had for dinner. I had a double cheeseburger, and some chicken nuggets. That was my dinner. Not the healthiest, but I'm pretty happy. Wait a minute, is this where I wish to go? No. Yep. This way. Oh, I'm sorry there were no sweet rolls. Maybe next time. With extra icing to make up for it. Wah, 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 wah. I see. Here we are. This is where we left off. That's my quest. Alfie, my boy! I was supposed to talk to you. Finish after the zone, I see. Interesting that we saw, like, Emmerich's clothing there just off screen, implying, I should say, that he's watching us. Antecedent. You come to us straight from the archives of House Fortemps. I trust your time there proved fruitful. Would that it had. Urianger and I scoured countless texts, but what we found was of questionable veracity. Accounts of Shiva's life and deeds are sparse and contradictory, only agreeing upon one point. She lay down with a dragon, the gravest of all sins according to the Ishgardian faith. Oh right, if you're not aware, this part of the story, for several chapters now, Ishgardians are generally just going to be thinking that we're heretics that are chasing, you know, dragon boinkers. To oversimplify and paraphrase. But yeah, when they say lay down with a dragon, they mean biblically. Which, you know, honestly is appropriate for this theocracy, which is patterned after the Catholic Church. So. Yet in the eyes of Iceheart's followers, this was a holy act. The blessed union of man and dragon. How such a thing could even be possible is quite another question. Suffice it to say, I very much doubt that we will find a useful answer in the archives of House Fortemps. Much knowledge has been lost over the centuries, though in this case, one wonders if it is by circumstance or design. You said that Iceheart took a moment to plead her case prior to escaping, did you not? Gestures. Viewed without prejudice, most would agree that bringing an end to an endless war serves the greater good. I think Sir Emmerich might take issue with her methods. I do not care if a few stragglers manage to escape. Until the sappers confirm that a tunnel is safe, the men are not to search it. Yes, Lord Commander. He's cautious. I appreciate that. My goodness. I might need to hydrate just a wee bit more today. Apparently I'm going to have cracking voice today. What a pity. Thank you, Oberon. Oh. Good icy water. I did not even use your hydrate command on you, redeem on you today. Did you even have... Yeah, Yeah, soap in my mouth. Yeah. Did you even have water today? I see. Let's see. You pursue your foes with less zeal than I had expected, Sir Emmerich. Lest you misunderstand, I do not deny that our enemy has given us good reason to be prudent. I merely meant, you being a man of faith, that I had expected a certain single-mindedness. After all, was it not by the will of Halone that your ancestors came to this land? Why they took up arms? Why they took up arms against the Dravanians? What would they have done in your position, I wonder? Hi, Octonin, how you doing? Welcome in. You had one swig thanks to Twilight. Promptly forgot it existed. Damn, I should have been whacking that redeem on you. I have a few minutes. Found gear in D4 that automatically casts a healing ability and it heals nearby. You found auto heal gear? Alright, yeah, you definitely have no excuse to not be healing your party now. Just made it to Yondra. Oh man, you and Oberon both have the same opinions about Dawn Trail. I'm curious to see what it's like when I get there myself. Hi, Jarek. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Hello, hello. They're still dying? Well, you might need to look into how your specs then, Terry. Like how your points are allocated. If you're a healer and you have built like gear that's automatically casting your spells, your healing spells on your party, and they're still dying, like I would be looking at my party members' abilities to see like, are they not good at avoiding damage? Because it certainly could be a them problem. And I would also be looking at my own build out and be like, did I spec too deeply into Unga Bunga when I'm supposed to be healing? Which, you know, I could see that happening considering you were doing a hardcore run if I remember right, so. A good paladin heals wounds, but a wonderful one gives a forehead smooch after party members' revival. Yes, a great paladin provides aftercare. I'm not a healer, but the update made my heal nearby. Oh, interesting. Yeah. Well, there are those who believe that faith is a renunciation of free will. That unquestioning devotion is required of all who would live a life in service to the Fury. Such righteous fervor may well serve a knight on the front line, less so a leader of men. We are all at liberty to interpret the scriptures as we will. I choose to believe that the Fury would value the lives of her followers over the deaths of her enemies. But I would not presume to speak for the Knights of Eld. It was a different time, nay, a different era, and scripture tells us only so much. Would that it told us more? Scholar's motto is, you have 1 HP, be happy. Man, you and Oberon might get along. Druid Harkar. Oh, I see. I get you, Terry. That man is awfully pragmatic for a servant of the Holy See. A welcome trait at the negotiating table, to be sure. Less so when one's enemies are making ready to harness the power of a god. Mayhap he does not truly believe that Iceheart's plan can succeed? Truth be told, I too remain somewhat skeptical. Shiva was real, a living, breathing woman. Of that there can be no doubt. In this respect, she differs from every other figure to have been summoned, each of whom was worshipped as a god. The sole exception being good King Moggle XII. Long may he rule. I mean, the myth made manifest in response to the fervent supplications of the Moggle's Guard. Saint Shiva may differ, but what of the heretics? They are a tribe of outcasts at war with a mighty nation, who yearn for the resurrection of the one who embodies their beliefs. If that is not placing one's faith in a higher power, then what is? Crystals and conviction, Minfilia. They have them both in abundance. To be fair though, the main one dying is literally no gear. They should be wearing gear then. I see. Can that truly be all that is required? My survey team has concluded a preliminary analysis of the Aetherite Iceheart used to escape. They believe that she teleported to another Aetherite somewhere not far to the west. Despite the apparent proximity of the second Aetherite, however, they have been wholly unable to detect its presence directly. Unless Iceheart has some means to mask its signal, I can only presume she had it destroyed to prevent us from following her. Without the means to teleport as she did, we have no choice but to search for an alternate route, most likely a tunnel, assuming one exists. Let us not give up on teleportation just yet. One of our colleagues in Charlian may be able to assist us. I pray that you are right. I dare not think how long it will take us to survey the entire tunnel system. They have gear that's for easier difficulties. They're currently trying to survive on a very high difficulty. Can't they get better gear? Or is it like item level and character level locked? So, I don't know how the XP system works in Diablo, but in other games, like if you are adventuring in an area where the monsters are significantly higher level than you, there's a certain level differential where the benefit caps out. Where like if you're like you might get increasing experience up to like say a dozen levels above what your current character level is, but beyond that, there's nothing more. Basically to discourage people from just going to like end game areas with a friend and just grinding there. So I don't know if it's the case there. Might be worth checking the levels. Diablo has healers? I know. I think it's more like Diablo has people that keep you from dying. While Minfilia looks into our Aetherite problem, I would like to request your assistance with another matter. The third unit is currently tracking the remnants of the heretic force which attacked us. However, the search goes poorly despite our numbers. Coerthas is vast, and Iceheart's followers know the terrain far better than we. Your knowledge of this region may serve to hasten the process. The sooner we capture Iceheart's followers, the sooner we can press them for their leader's whereabouts. Also, though it is admittedly a selfish request, I feel that my braves would benefit immensely from working alongside you. While we have our share of veterans, we also have more than a few less experienced recruits, many of whom look up to you, in case you were not aware. I was trying to ignore it, honestly, not... like, even in game, I struggle with the idea of people looking up to me. It's such a weird feeling. Good. I knew you would understand. Yu Hase can appraise you of the details. When the task is complete, come and find me at the observatorium. Captain Ilberd and I are meeting there to discuss the latest developments in his investigation. The Temple Knights shall hold snow-cloaked in our absence. Let us leave them to their work. Ours is more pressing. Drew Blood Howl ability. There's an amulet that automatically casts it. I see. Grinding at the end with a friend, that's how I want to go out after the next nuclear war. I would say yeah or AO, but you know what? I respect that. That's a good way to go out if you're gonna go out. Alfie just wants uppies. I would give him uppies if he got closer. If he approached within like grasping range without me having to lunge forward, I'll just grab him by the waist and just go whoop, up you go. Wah. Bah. Yeah. I lived. After you beat the game difficulty and they weren't there yet. Alright. Wait. Right. He did say Yu Yahase first. My bad. There you are, Dozy. Commander Leverrier instructed me to wait for you. Your assistance is most welcome, believe me. Most of the Third hail from Ul'dah, and for a man accustomed to the feel of sand beneath his boots, the crunch of snow can be rather disconcerting. But to the matter at hand. Nary a moment ago, I received word that the heretics we seek have been spotted making for Danafin Pass. My braves are already in pursuit, and I should be grateful if you would join them. I myself shall be taking part in the hunt. Never let it be said that I do not earn my coin. That's the same one that was immediately like pondering the merchandise possibilities for the Crystal Braves when I handed him a uniform. So, Ul'dah to the core. I just wonder if boy cats have upper back problems. Always hunched over prowling. I think that we have. I think that we probably just have stronger backs because like there's a reason our shoulders and our chest muscles are as broad and as dense as they are. I think it's just to kind of compensate for all of the looming forward that we do. The girl cats stand upright. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. They also have stronger. The ones that I saw had thicker thighs, so definitely better for standing upright. That's why humans have the bigger thighs and glutes that they have. It helps them maintain the balance for being upright as often as they are. Now the real fun begins. The person is now max level and into Paragon levels. Oh, nice! Well, in that case, they shouldn't be nearly as squishy. Thick thighs save lives. Or at the very least, they allow us to be perpendicular to the ground. Yeah. And the Lady Hrothgar's probably the Hrothlasses. The Hrothgals? Hrothgals. The Hrothgals probably also don't want to be hunched over all the time, dragging their racks on the ground. That'd be problematic. Yeah. I assume. The gear, the cats have they're max level. There's no excuse for them to not have gear. Come on. That's a them problem. You get gear in level 1. Like how many Khajiit is both fat and a courier. Surprised I have been late on many package deliveries. Yeah? Honestly, that reminds me of something. I'll mention it once I advance the story of it. Those balls, my ankle is on fire. Caught my boot on a rock or something and twisted it as I fell. The others went on ahead through Danafin Pass. Hurry and you might catch up. If you aren't sure where to go, look for tracks. The snow is fresh, so they shouldn't be hard to find. Oh, I know where to go unless the game's gonna, like, force me to stop every 10 yards. 30 yalms, whatever. So I'm just gonna cheat. Oh yeah, so a plump courier, or a plump creature that moves around really quickly, surprisingly quickly, reminds me of the Duke in Resident Evil Village. Honestly, admittedly, he's a bit beyond plump and deep into the corpulent territory, but he is also he just appears everywhere, wherever you need him. Those horses must be tired. But you haven't been late for many package deliveries. That's even better. That's what I thought you probably meant, actually. Baby gear, not big boy gear. No excuse. They're max level. They should have big boy gear now. They can do some work of their own now. You can't hold their hand everywhere. Khajiit has wares. I'm fine with my Khajiits not having wares. At least not the ones spelled that way. Besides, they live in desert territories. They just need to manage the exposure to the sun, and that's about it. Drinks this unawares with his soft belly for naps. I'm sure it's also good for rubs and pets too. Scion, what are you doing here? The heretics? I'm not sure. There was a great scaled beast and... Yuhase? I think he went east on his own. The heretics split up, so we did too. Why are you coughing? I just need a moment to catch my breath. Just a moment, sir. I'll be right behind you. Oh, are you just, like, out of shape? I hope you're out of shape and not getting a cold. This is not the place to be getting sick, sir. Yum, yum, yum. Ah, here we go. Man, he moves quick. I flew here. Yep. You can come here. Yeah, yeah, yeah. A hateful harrier? How could you be so full of hate? Emphysema and diabetes. Just imagining a, like one of those giants from, in the big, like, red crystal structure up there. Just, like, sauntering down, just having a big mustache on, and just growling, just grunting, diabetes. Only a handful of people in this channel are old enough to understand half of that reference. How embarrassing. I was so intent on following the heretics' tracks that I almost failed to notice that they had doubled back. Almost, mind you. One tried to sneak up behind me and got a knife in the gut for his troubles. I thought myself alone, so I started searching the dead man's knapsack for anything of interest. And lo and behold, before his friends found me, I came upon this. Withdraw in groups of 3 or less to the observatorium. Give the signal and wait. The merchant will be watching. Be late and be left for dead. Speaks for itself, does it not? They can't possibly mean to rendezvous inside the place, so we should restrict our search to the surrounding areas. Let me rephrase that. You should restrict your search area to the wilderness around the observatorium. I will need more than a moment's rest to recover from these wounds. More than fair. Quickly, Dozy, quickly! I will inform Captain Ilbert of the heretics' plans. But you must make sure they do not escape before reinforcements arrive. Yeah, sure. As long as you're fine. Yum, 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 yum. Diabetes. A fate? No. That's not how this is happening. Hi. I am through with listening to your excuses. We leave now. How? The woods are crawling with those bluecoats, and the knights are searching every wagon and pass through this gate that passes through these gates. Well, stay with him then, if you think you'll fare any better. Now, there's no need for that. There are 3 places like this in my homeland. Sacred snow-capped peaks where blood must not be shed. Yet your lands ever thirst for the blood of the fallen, and by your deeds it has drunk deep. No, I have done no wrong. None but meet in secret with heretics. Deny it all you will, we shall have the truth from you yet. Inquisitors are not the only ones skilled in the art of interrogation. Damn it all. Dramatic fall to the ground. Why are the Elizons so dramatic, I swear? I guess it's not just them, but it's very often them. Fancy meeting you here, Dozy. I presume your work with the Third brought you hither? What a tangled web! Lest you wonder, we came not for the heretics, but for the merchant who has been conspiring with them. He came to our attention during the course of our investigation into the Ivy. It beggars belief, I know, but it seems our favorite Garlean spy may have been providing assistance to Iceheart. Were it not for the efforts of Lady Yugiri and her shinobi, we might never have discovered the connection. Master Alphino is too kind. I fear my people and I have done little to aid your search for the spy. We long to strike back against the Empire and weaken their influence in this land, to prevent the tragedy which befell Doma from reoccurring. The days ahead and the work they promise will require a very particular set of skills. Skills which I am... Yeah? You're telling me to clean up my act and you're the one that's off to go and see someone? Have a good time, Terry. Catch you later. I love just dropping things that sound sussy when, you know, when others are in earshot. There's no sus, though. Let's see. Skills which I am fortunate enough to possess. If you will allow it, I would accompany you until the investigation is complete. That is a most generous offer, Lady Yigiri, and one which I would gladly accept. Thank you. Though I may disappear for a time, know that I shall never be far, and shall always be watching. A comforting thought. Come, Dozy, let us wait inside for Captain Ilbert to arrive and deliver his report. Yeah, go. I'm sure I deserve the BAP, but I don't know specifically what the reason is. Also, I just realized I still had the volume cranked up from before. My bad. Captain Ilbert seemed confident that the merchant's resolve would swiftly crumble when pressed. If so, we should have new information ere long. As to whether it will bring us any closer to learning the Ivy's identity, I would rather not say. Given our adversary's cunning, I shall consider us fortunate if we are spared another wild dodo chase. The gods know we have more than enough to occupy our time as it is. The azure anorak. Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regards to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. We have since handed him over to the Ishgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquire their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You'll recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The man's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad. the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that deeds did not go unfulfilled, or that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Fortomp. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. Well, that is one mystery solved at least. But what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider, then, that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raban's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? 'Tis the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. Slip into a position of authority unremarked, and remain above suspicion all these years. I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the three grand companies, Ul'dah's was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so the Flames. Ul'dah's military was made up of desperate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary company, or disparate orders, disparate, not desperate. It's a wee bit different. Made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies, that answered only to their own paymasters. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as the Grand Company. The difficulties Raban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, there remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed. And given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, eh? The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and the private. Though the Monitarists ultimately agree to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but simple self-preservation. Hi, Digi, welcome in, and thank you for the hydrate. How you doing, Digi? Yum, yum, yum. Thank you. Would you say Raban had a hand in treason most foul? I don't think we have enough information yet to discern that. Well, the people who are new to the story don't have enough information to discern anything yet. We might know some things. But, yeah, I can neither confirm nor deny. Oh. Had Nail Vandanis' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raban with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich, informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully, the information will be of some use to the Ishgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As Commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Dozy, as the realm's stoutest champion. 'Tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Thanks for asking Mum for permission for this field trip. They just call you fat? Let's see. He did say I was the stoutest champion. I suppose that would make me fat, wouldn't it? Yes. At the same time, I'm hardly petite of frame, so... I don't mind. He knows I could squish him with one paw if I really wanted to. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart. But until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania, in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nofika's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Sure. I'm gonna teleport my way there. Yeah, yeah, yeah. New gritty. New gritty. Onward. The most popular dance of the people of Gridania. It's the gritty. Every festival to honor and praise the elementals and to appease them. The entire city gets together and does a citywide gritty together. Let's see. I wish to go unto the conjurers, please. Okay, yeah, we're about there. For some reason, things just felt a little molasses-like for a moment. My thanks for coming, Dozy. When you are ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus Stand. McGritty is the mascot for the Philly Flyers. He is indeed. So just imagine everyone doing his dance here in Gridania. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus Stand. Will you be joining them now? Yes. It's raining outside, but not here inside the Lotus Stand.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
Someone jumped in and out for a moment, I think.
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis, yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign.
So, pausing here for a moment, because the game confirmed something for me just now. The pronunciation for his name, Solus Zosgalvis, I was fretting for a little while as to like how I was going to pronounce all of the Latin names. Because the Garlean Empire, everything about them is patterned after the Roman Empire. And so that's why you see a lot of Latin particles and words in any of the Garlean terminology. But that means that like V's are pronounced as W's typically in Latin, and similar stuff like that. So I was thinking I would be pronouncing that Galvus, but the voice actor says it's going to be Galvis. So I don't have to fret anymore. I'll be pronouncing all of the Garlean stuff like an English speaker, which actually is going to take some effort. Oh well. So, but also, I did just want to double check. Did I get bumped out? No, it shows that I've been in the voice chat this entire time, so that wasn't me. All right. All right.
Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Jeez, look at that guy. Heckin' severe. Just looks, he's just evil coded. That doesn't help either.
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
A bit rude, isn't it? Just a wee bit. But when you're
The grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
when you have a lot of power, you can get away with a lot more.
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader, not so his uncle.
So, young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
One of the few times you'll see him smile. Enjoy.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new Emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it.
Your cynicism is warranted, but maybe wait until you're like you're outside of essentially the throne room before airing it.
If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
And it's raining again. It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being of one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust among the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but the unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Lominsins, for instance. Though Admiral Mervib outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling, wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians are marked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Eldans scorned as swindlers who worship coin. You know, there is some truth to all these stereotypes, by the way. There are plenty of grog-swilling pirates, some with shabby prosthetics in Limsa Lominsa. There are elemental speakers and worshippers here. And, yeah, there are, Ul'dah has quite a few people who, put coin above everything else. So, yeah, there's something to this. Like, these are not poorly founded, but they certainly are still stereotypes. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. There we go. There we go. That's what I was just saying. Take that pillar of Ul'dan society, Teleji Adeleji, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartano is a necessary evil. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare, and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. But enough idle musing. Let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects. And by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Dozy. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Coerthas, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the ivy. Can it be? Are we really that close to the ivy? Nope, not that one, this one. I remember. Pretty sure I remember the ivy. My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. Yeah? I doubt this is going to be any better than what I'm currently wearing. It's actually worse. It's kind of nice, though. Get something for my ninja. They're more likely to need it soon. Slay on, the warrior of light. Wait, was that actually someone's name? Just Slay on? Because honestly, that'd be a great name. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Eileen Royale. Royale. Eileen Royale. So many vowels next to each other really mess me up. Raubon's second in command. Prior to joining the Immortal Flames, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. I am going to pause here. Wait, I'll run this up to the ad break. Just a few more seconds. Of Ishgardian birth, she is the highest ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Raubon chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. Alright. People at least got to see the key point before the ads hit them. The Monitorists saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. And 'twas no secret that they did not favor foreigners, Ishgardians especially, after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the Monitorists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Royale was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the Monitorists? Failed to dodge the ad AoE. Oh, sorry. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Royale's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Raubon attended the Council of Alliance leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Royale's guilt. But if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? Hi, Random. Welcome in. Hello. How you doing? Stoic nod. You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. Good timing. You've arrived in time for us to unmask the ivy. I was gonna say, where's the audio for that? There you go. Oh, yes. I will wait till the ads are done before I proceed. I'll just make my way to where we need to go. So, round about here. Ah, good, the ads are done. Let us proceed. You didn't miss anything. You already saw the cutscene where that showed Royale. I'm gonna go with that as her name, Royale. Yeah, you saw that, so you know who we're talking about here. The pink-haired lady who attended the meeting with Raban, his second in command. So we're currently tailing her. Royale is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. Interesting. I feel like I'm being followed. Somebody's watching me. So, Royale has entered the Carline Canopy. Meeting someone perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Ephemy is her name. I shall remain here in case Royale appears. Or reappears. Michael Jackson is just singing about Twitch. Yeah, apparently. All of Twitch. He was a man ahead of his time, apparently. Among many other things. A number of people are watching you. That's the point tonight. It might be the point. At some point, maybe I'll try for even more people watching me. At some point. I actually had a good idea for an encouragement along those lines. That's actually going to require some coding on my part. So I need to scribble out the skeleton of it and start working on it. Oh no, Dosie's going to get an only shards. Yep. Where I'm going to be bearing it all. You know, like any good tank, of course. You know, of course. What's a tank supposed to do if not to bear everything? Dozy Jinro, such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant! No, she didn't come this way. I've noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. I know where she went. She went out the back door. And we'll wolf it all up. You might. She went out this way. The story won't let me do any with that yet. Because that's the only other way out. If he's there and she's down there. Even so, like, she would still have to come this way or work her way back around the other side. Unless she's a ninja. Or one of them is a friend of hers. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the Seven Hells could she have gone? The Roost! How could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntoy tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Royal's contact, I see. Wait, that necklace. You're a shinobi of Doma. Oh, never mind. Our contact. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. I love that the Domans do this, by the way. They just appear out of nowhere in disguise and just, like, drop, like, the hints that we need whenever we're chasing someone. Can confirm ninjas do exist. I like that sentence just kind of stopped right there. Unfortunately for the ninjas, you already let the cat out of the bag. Then again, Hrothgar is already too big for bag. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royal would have disappeared without a trace. I've been trying to bounce between these two. You're going to be useful for more classes. Hrothgars prefer used shipping boxes. It's true. We are a fan of the big crates, aren't we? There were a bunch around the back. They won't let me get in them, though. I need emote for Hrothgar. An open box. That would be really cute. Probably better as a sticker, though, unfortunately. That's probably a lot of detail for an emote. Maybe. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Royal's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. I'm prepared enough. Let's get going. Eyes fully dilated with tail twitching up. Yes, exactly. Whiskers vibrating just a little bit. Clearly deep in the thrall of something akin to catnip. Onward. Rothnip. True. Actually, it could be. Like one of the variants of mint that I harvest in my botanist duties could be Rothmint or Rothnip. There needs to be Rothnip in this game. Actually, that would be entertaining. Just an herb that everyone else gets, but when a Hrothgar interacts with it, it causes an effect. This way, my friends. To make a macro button that toggles your hotbar's visibility for when not fighting. You're not wrong. I've considered it, honestly. Your quarry makes for the Hawthorn Hut. If Royal is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. While our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Royal would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Thanalin without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It is for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Elezen are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Royal in the act. Hotbar display 1-6. Honest. Oh, is that actually a command? I could just, test it out right now. Oh. I had no idea. Okay. It's a good idea, thank you. Well, what I can do with that is, let's see. I think I can throw this together real quick. I don't think I need all these chocobo stances in here. I'm probably gonna put those into another hotbar anyway. Honestly, yeah, we'll leave the limit break where it is. So actually, you know what? I don't need the return. I don't think I need that. Yeah. What we will do is user macros. Not gonna use this one ever. So, hotbar toggle. Hotbar display 1. Yeah, I think that's probably... Well, let's just focus on the 3 that I have it for now. Because honestly, any other ones, I can add them as I need. So that's good. Yeah, hi Cade, how you doing today? Try to flip a coin for me so I know what spicy treat you wish to throw my way. Let's see. Yep. There we go. And now, nice. Thanks for the recommendation. It did not even occur to me. Yeah, if I don't need to be in battle, I can do that. At some point I'll smarten things up a little bit so I can get back into battle mode quickly enough. Tails, you say? All right. Looks like it's hot honey today. How you doing, Cade? Thanks again for messaging me last night and checking to see like where I was and how I was doing. I wish I could have joined last night. I could not keep my eyes open for the life of me. It took too long just to reply to your messages. Nom nom nom. I missed you singing. That's my punishment. I assume you had a good time then. Oh no, I have sticky fingers now. No, I don't. This tongue is good at making things not sticky. Awesome, I'm glad you had a good time. Blah blah blah. Whee! Yeah. There's also a quote command. Yeah. Although I forget who I gave permission to use it. It might just be VIPs and higher. die. Oh, spicy. Ah, the heat. My people report that our quarry has departed for the bramble patch. The ivy returns to the gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Bah. Yeah. How you doing, Kate? How's their day treating you? Into the brambly patch. Really? In the middle of a fate? Oh, at least I don't have to deal with it. Oh, was that a link for the clip that you just tried to take? Yeah, I've got URLs kind of just outright blocked. Sorry. You could throw it into the into the Discord actually. As a matter of fact. Did I? Where did I put that? Where did I put it? Oh well. I think the memories channel, if I remember right. I think I gave people access to post clips in there. If not, there are other channels in the Discord server for it. So, well. Went to me. No, actually, it shows up on my end as 3 asterisks. So, but it will be available. I will see it in my list of clips after the stream. I'll be amused. After stream, Dozy can look at all the. Yes, exactly. Thank you for taking a clip anyway. Honestly, there are like there's a leaderboard for clips at the top actually, as well as the bits and the gift subs. So you'll have an easy chance on that one. Just beyond, Royale is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it, with me. I don't know if there was a post-stream recap for the streamer. I basically, we can go and look into our, into all of our, VODs and clips section, and the clips are in their own area. It shows us, the clip as well as who clipped it and when and that kind of stuff. And it gives us the option to make edits to it as well. So whenever someone does a clip on my stream, I'll always look it over, and I will do the necessary editing for like vertical mode, for mobile viewing, if they haven't already done that anyway. And then I'll, if I upload it to YouTube, if I want to share your clip to YouTube, I'll also put you in the description as the person who clipped it over there. So, credit where it's due. Flame Marshal Eileen Royale, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed, you bloody fool. Damnation. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely guard for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do not think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I don't think you're getting out of this without some sort of plot device. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. He came equipped with Garlean gear as well. He just stands right out. Interesting, interesting. See our stats for the stream, post-stream summary. That's true too. I never look at my post-stream summaries. I ignore most of the numbers. I'm usually more interested in the quality of the VOD and and any clips that people create. And any issues that happen during a stream, I'll follow up on those. I've usually made notes. She's just changed a lot since I managed my ex-fiance's account. She has a dagger in her bodice. She might have a dagger in her bodice somewhere. The laughs we had along the way. Those are in the VOD. Oh wait, no. Those are my laughs. Oh wait, no! Chat's in the VOD as well! So, yes, your laughs are there as well. Oh, thank you for the treat, Cade! Even a warrior of royals renown could not have hoped to... What? Now my cookie is soggy. I see. I see how this is. Nom 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 nom. Wash off the congresses. I already did. I've had multiple showers since getting home. Mr. Treant. Sir, thank you. Even a warrior of royals renown, there we go, could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Dozy? So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, you have been training in the art of the shinobi, have you not? The change in your bearing is quite evident, to me at least. I look forward to seeing you in action. Till next time, my friend. That's a new line. I didn't get that the first time I played. Huh. Last time I also... The only difference between last time and now is I actually have, I actually do have the Ninja Soulstone. Interesting. I didn't expect them to acknowledge that. You drown your suit in woolite. I don't wear a suit. I'm already hirsute enough as it is. And I use plenty of soaps and body wash and shampoo and conditioner. So, probably about the same. Hi, Ojika. How you doing? Oh, I forgot to change the category. Thank you, Ojika. Thank you, Ojika. It'll only matter for the remainder of the stream. But oh well. It also puts an annoying chapter marker in the middle of it now. My bad. At least it doesn't impact my downloads or uploads to YouTube and such. Yes, become. Does he trust you for streaming about changing game? Yeah, I never change my game category. I typically set it and forget it. So, my bad. Let's see. We're going to... They said the Rising Stones, yes? They did. So, get rid of that. Let us teleporto to more donuts. There we go. My topic is Chatterbox indeed. Stream me do, everyone get up. No. Alright, starting the stream over. Deleting my character, starting a new one. Progress wasted. Ban Rising Stones. I wonder if there's an account actually named that. I could name my my character Rising Stones. Then everyone has to return to him. In chat here we have typical streamer brain at work. No brain cell. Oh, I lent the brain cell out to someone else. Oh shit, that was yesterday. I forgot to get the brain cell back. My bad. The last person I lent it to was Yokai. So, oh well. I'll have to get it back from him later. Left the brain cell on the plane? Nah. It's with someone and it's with another fur. Left it on the dance floor. Welcome back, Dozy. I understand that Alphinaud has a task for you. May I ask what it was? He said you gave me permission. Interesting. Charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Royale? I could scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Oh yeah? Do tell. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetherite in the depths of snow-cloaked to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva, using the crystal she stole from the House Fortemps caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint. But if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first, we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Aethernet, and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetherite to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetherite upon arrival. A reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Urianger, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a situation. Or to develop a solution. We already got the situation. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise. A colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Sharlayan. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I'm certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Who is a friend? Who did you invite? Bum 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 bum. I'm sure Yokai's lent out that brain cell to someone else by now. It gets in the way after all. This is the north gate. Oh good, my hotkeys still work even when my hotbars are hidden. I was curious about that. We're getting almost 1 million experience for listening to 2 NPCs talk. It's there's a lot of experience in these interim quests, isn't there? There's a lot of quests. Finger pointing, waggling, and waving. I'm yammering my jaw. I'm sure I'm saying something important. So many quests. Maybe a few. I know who it is. I know who one of them is. Oh good, it's the only one that matters.
Minfilia, am I right?
I don't remember her having voice acting. This is probably just a case of bad memory for this one. Did her butt not get rendered in that scene? She had a void. Maybe you saw that it's... she's wearing something much darker under her, her medium rose, like, leather dressish kiltish thing. It's a very dark maroon under there. Or I should just say maroon, really.
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and to thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Charlian scholar and an authority on aetherite technologies.
She's also damn tall. Oh, but she's Rogadin, so...
She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Tommy Mummy. She gives great uppies. I'm sure she does. I like Moonbreeder. I like her character a lot. What's up, Terry? But I wanted more voice acting. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. Mao Zedong? That's a name. Someone parked their airship in the way. Terry's got a gun. Hopefully not. Although there might be a gun in Diablo. Satoru. This is an interesting hobby you've taken up, and you two are just indulging this. I see. Like, the bottle is like, alright, that's interesting, but juggling also a hatchet and a dagger? Alright. Again, I told you before, don't mess with her. She's only getting more skilled. They can finally survive a single hit. Yay! They're slightly less squishy. They have a shallow shell. Do bows and crossbows count as guns? No, they don't. Has to be something with an explosive force. Gunpowder. A flintlock would be where I would start accepting guns. Or muskets. Hand cannon. Pipe bomb, I suppose, but not pipe bomb. Pipe gun. And I had a friend who made one of those like do-it-yourself pipe guns. It was like, this is so unsafe. You should not be holding. You should not have this. Let alone in your car. Please no. Still waiting for Tataru to be the expansion villain. That'll be interesting if that happens. I can't comment more without being spoilery, so because druids can't use those either. Ah, good. That sounds like a skill issue, honestly. Druids can of course use them, they just refuse to for whatever reason. Paws are maybe a little too big for the trigger. I feel like a druid should be able to use a bow and arrow, though. Pretty sure the archer has explosive round skills. Is that Supsinati on the wall back there? I'm amazed you managed to find all the pieces after, well, you know. She's referring to the staff.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
What is with that tone?
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
We're like twin sisters. There we go. Oh, okay. I was wondering where all my frames went. Now I understand.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Silent laughter all around.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Shalian to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
See that collapsed again. Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry, I was fussing with the, I saw my facial tracking die. Figure I should handle that.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits, and nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
No, I think you're gonna stay there a little longer while I catch up on chat. You deserve this, Oriange. Believe me. It's too soon to read No, I think it's fine. Also using keyboard and mouse. I saw use on her eyes used to be green. Yes, her eyes are green. I also waited a little bit on that so that people wouldn't know what you're talking about. Do you wear a collar-based tracker or just use a cam? I have the iPhone in front of me for the facial tracking. That's what I've got. I use the AR kit. Yeah, Oriange needs hugs. He doesn't get enough of them. So I think it's I'm gonna make this one go on uncomfortably long. Hi Avos, how you doing? Welcome in. I hope you've been having a chill day. Hope your week is starting out smoothly. Alright. She hugs like I do.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Go on. Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit. Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
I'm glad. Oh, happy graduation! Congrats on graduating, Avos. I'm glad it was a good time. Honestly, I found my own graduation ceremonies to be kind of boring, so I'm very happy you had a good time. Congrats, Avos. Your summer begins. I hope it's a chill one. Hope it's relaxing after you whatever move you have to do at this moment. But yes, you prefer this outfit for Oriange? The hoodie was kind of cute. I honestly don't mind his later look. I just wanted to brag about the person surviving a hit now. Nice. All right. I hope that I continue to get stronger. Continue toughening them up. Wait 3 weeks for my piece of paper. Get a frame for it.
You still haven't found it then? You're missing Aetherite.
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snow-cloaked for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
She was speaking
I'm
fast.
sorry, but if the Aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon.
Minfilia's responses are very often like robotic. Truly? How? No. No, I did not. It's blank face and such.
As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon.
That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult. And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have wide aura sight at their disposal.
I don't know if you're still here, Ojika. I hope you heard what she said. Also, I like the way Ida just looked around at everyone else and then she was just like, oh, we're supposed to be, like, thoughtful. Oh, she said process. Just thought you should know.
I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the etherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand.
Just remember you getting after me for that.
Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
Your people won't suffer. Yeah, she's definitely a mad scientist level researcher.
Though it risked the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
It wasn't even pluralizing. It was just a singular process, a process she spoke of. Oh, it's all right. It's bacon broth. There's a better meal that looks very similar to that. I was kind of hoping that one of the food options I was getting was actually getting to be useful. I forgot that this was like a part of the game where they just start giving me like food and drink for buffs, and it just goes to waste. I have no problems with British pronunciations of process. Oh, I guess I misunderstood. I see. Sorry for pulling you out of your lurk. Take issue with processes. Oh, you're right. That's what you were getting after me for. It was the one time I did that. More than one time, I think. Okay, I misremembered. I have already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moonbreeder described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snow-Cloaked before proceeding. I expect you will find him waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Dozy, and that I have faith in you. I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. I'm not sure why I struggle more when it's like a series of really short words. Oh, wait. Well, we're going to Snow-Cloaked. Probably not any... Probably slightly faster just to warp there. Go after everybody about it. I assumed you would. I figured you'd be equal opportunity. Ooh. Still pretty cool. Hi Wags, how you doing? Good to see you. All right. You should be in here. Wrong way. You tired? Oh. Hope you're getting some good rest today. Good to see you, Dozy. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Eileen Royale in Ul'dah even as we speak. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say, the others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. Curious wording. Oh, it was painting day? Yeah, that would do it. Everyone has magic. There, it's ready. Huh, it worked, I think. Try turning to the Aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon.
Splish.
Kappa. Thanks for the hydrate, Digi. We have done all we can, Dozy. For now, let us withdraw. Yum, yum, yum. Thank you, thank you. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If, by the grace of the 12, you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Hmm? What? Hi, Ryu. How you doing? How's your little cactar doing? Oh. No, lally ho. Actually, before I do that, let's make sure there's nothing else first. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual. And if she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Minbreda's experiment, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he has a message for you from Sir Emmerich. How convenient that you are the one to unlock. Sir Emmerich regrets that he could not be here in person, and asks I read to you this letter. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need, it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Dozy Jinro, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Halone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Afar Amphitheater. Woo! Oh, is it the same entrance for both? Hi, Ryu. How you doing?
I show up when it's time to party.
Time to party. Party time it is. Oh, I should also yoink, bring these back out.
Pun absolutely intended there, by the way.
If it weren't intended, I was gonna make you intend it. Random, did you wish to join us? I know you're probably lurking and or just chilling, but you know, thought I would offer in case if you wanted. Otherwise, I'll just throw us into the queue. Actually doing something? No worries. Good luck with what you're working on. A new challenger has appeared. Yes. A woo. I heard a woo.
Someone was leaving.
Oh.
Within a woo.
It was so cute. Alright, so this entrance is for both?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alright. This is a trial. Ankh-Morpork Amphitheater. I would like to join, please. I just took fall damage falling into swimming water. Ouch. That's... I didn't know you could do fall damage in swimming water in-game. I thought that was a, as long as it was, like, one that you could actually...
Hey.
Hmm?
It counts as fall damage if you do a belly flop off the high dive.
That's IRL. He says in-game.
So?
My immersion. Ruined.
By the way, I have seen someone do a belly flop off the high dive. On purpose.
Intentionally? Really?
Yes.
Oh. Oh. That'd be the worst pink belly ever. Jeez.
Yep. It was actually pretty cool because it was kind of a big guy. A lot of belly to belly flop with.
Was there a sound
He hit,
like a sonic boom?
There was a sound. I can't describe it other than like, yeah, Hungry said slap heard around the world. Probably about as accurate as you can get. But the freaky thing was he hit and like went into the water and it was calm for like a noticeable split second afterward. And then like all of a sudden the water kind of realized, oh, there's a hole here and we need to fill it. And so it all went right back in and it actually shot a spray up that hit the ceiling. Jeez. In the pool.
Physics just rebounded like that, huh?
Yes.
Oh, that must have hurt so bad. Oh, the boosh of the vacuum. Yeah. Aggro. Yep. Yeah, you've unfortunately aggroed Twitch's commercial services. It's amusing that there are creatures all the way up. But I think the parkour is not interested in letting me get up there. Do I actually have to fly to get up there? Oh no, I can actually walk up this steep ice. I can walk up this very steep, slippery slope. Let's see. I see. Okay. This is a very curious feature that they've included here. This wall that you can wander up. I feel like there should be a sightseeing spot here.
There is.
Well, while I'm waiting for the duty to pop,
it's right here.
Looks like we're still missing half our healer. Well, all of our healers and half our DPS. Let me see what the sightseeing log says. Let's see. So that's Fanolin. There should be a section for Coerthas. Anosha, Gridania.
Well, you only have the first 20 unlocked until
Yeah, I thought
you do those.
I would think the Coerthas highlands would also be part of what's unlocked because that's part of ARR. Interesting.
Nah.
Yep, it's just the shroud, Fenelon, and Lenosha. All right, well, never mind.
Coerthas Central Highlands are 68 through 76.
Solidly Heavenswood. And then. Man, the queues.
I only have 4 more sightseeing things to do before I to get the first 20 and unlock the rest of them. But every time I log in, they're like 2-3 hours out. Because
oh right, because a bunch of them
you have to
require
have the weather
times and weather, yeah.
I actually got one in that's up in 10 minutes. I'll probably do that afterwards.
All right. Hi Jade, how you doing? Thank you for the treat. Welcome in. Nom. Wow. We're currently just waiting for the duty queue to pop. We need 2 more DPS and a healer. Nice. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're doing well. Room. I also just like the music for this mount. The opening to Final Fantasy VI is really nice. It's also that much more appropriate. Actually, you know what? It's much more appropriate that I'm doing it in this on an icy field. Oops, it's time. Giving me a wash up as well. Something tells me you'd probably prefer that yourself after a day of painting.
Full party.
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down.
Una reverse card.
And men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
No, this is I'm doing MSQ. Shiva is still awesome.
It amuses me that they were like, hopefully you can stop her before she summons Shiva. And then we just stand there and wait for her to summon.
Oberon, you made it in. Damn. Also, that was a very eager tank. Thanks for joining us, Oberon. Oh. Alright, that's not so bad. Why is someone behind us? What is this? Have one more of those. Alright. Ba ba ba. Diamond dust. Nice. Hi, Don Blonde. Hi, Parfait Fair. I don't mind being the off tank. It's nice having a vacation from time to time. I hope Coerthas knows that I don't mind taking over, though. You know, when I'm not stunned.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you gotta be careful not to move when that, once that starts. Oh, nice. Damn, she went down fast. Stick moves out real far. Oh, that's just a typical, you know, adventure RPG thing. The chesticles, they tend to be prominent. I also like this arena.
It is nice. I like the sound design during that fight too.
Yes, yes. And it's I don't know if you played any of the earlier Final Fantasies, but that the Diamond Dust was a throwback to Final Fantasy IX. When you summon Shiva, when she enters, what she does is she freezes the enemy, and then with a very crystal clear snap, explodes all the ice to do massive damage. That was almost identical. Hi, Ford!
Nice.
He's far wide. You won't hear it on the mic. I'm sorry, you won't be able to enjoy it. How you doing, Ford? It's good to see you. Enjoy your lurk, Hangry. Thanks for hanging out. A swell night. Well, the night's having a good time, maybe. You okay?
Fool. Blind, bloody fool.
I already know the answer. We did just kick the snot out of her.
You, of all people, should understand
Kick the primal out of her.
begets, that
No sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence.
It's true, we kicked the Shiva out of her. You're right.
Mine is the righteous cause.
Not quite the way you're going. You have a righteous cause, but not necessarily righteous means. How you doing, dumb blonde? And thanks for the welcome back, Parfait.
You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers.
I don't know that much.
And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why.
Then enlighten me.
Trapped in a delusion of their own creation and blind to the truth. Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after. Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander mother's gift. Hear, feel, think.
Just to drive it home. She is also a warrior of light, of sorts. She's just chosen a different path. Oh, one of these butt heads as well.
And so the vessel withdraws. A predictable outcome.
I see what you did there. Butthead. Ascian.
Exactly. Oh, sorry. I meant to say Ascian, but synonym slipped out. Oh, also, I didn't realize his voice was going to be this nasally.
Yes.
Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased.
Yes.
How do I take fall damage riding on a cloud?
You weren't riding on the cloud anymore if you took fall damage.
I was.
Oh, right. Yes, that's true. Mounts take damage. Well, mounts transfer the damage to you. The cloud is not substantial enough, unfortunately, for you. How unfortunate. By the 12, you're alive! I mean, of course you're alive! Why wouldn't you be? Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that, are you? Dravanians are skilled with glamours, after all. Welcome back, Zeeb. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough. I was only asking. That's a fair question. If you ask me, there's naught to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. Ah, but before that, you had best pay a visit to White Brim Front and speak with Alphino. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing at politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? No reason. No reason. See you again soon. I don't have a concussion.
I like the holy crap, you're alive. Words from a confident scientist in their work.
It's a scientist who you know, as much as they believe in their work, they're realistic about their confidence intervals. Did you have fun at FWA? I'm not sure if you already discussed it. I did already discuss at the start. FWA was a good time. It was a very, very different con than my previous experiences by nature of the way it's laid out and divided up. But I appreciate the change of pace actually. But yeah, it does still fit the pattern though of being too big for me. So as nice as it was, most of the reason it was nice, like there were a few things on its own that were good, but most of the reason it was nice is because of the friends I had to hang out with there. So
the friends we made along the way.
Exactly, the friends I made along the way, and then convinced me to go to the convention to be in their way. So. Can't stay long since I'm starting soon. Ah, what? Ah, indeed. All right. Well, good luck with your stream setup, Zeeb. I hope you have a good time. I'll poke my nose in, probably in a lurking fashion, a little later to see what you're working on, because you did mention that you had a new simulator you were going to start up. Missed the beginning. I'm going to have to watch the VOD. Meet to the friends along the way. Yeah. You made 0 new friends on this con. Hard to say, honestly. Mostly because of the way where I put my lines for friends. I made acquaintances that I think could eventually be friends. That pause is more pregnant than you are. Man, and deer are known for getting pregnant really easy. They're very fallow, I'm told. Or maybe that's just what several people and pieces of art at the con were to tell me. Oh, I actually have a piece to show you later. Just a little card I picked up. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I think I speak for us all when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. Meow meow, meow meow meow, meow meow, woof bow. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life. An outcome worthy of celebration. And one for which we have Dozy to thank. Yes, you're right, of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with what we have accomplished. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is the matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. In the meantime, Lord Remont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport, in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these are the selfsame supplies the heretics stole from House Fortomp caravan. Less the crystals, which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Ah, on an unrelated note, Dozy, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took 6 knights to restrain him, I am told. Interesting. Men give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. I know who it is. Was there Mpreg art? Oh, there was lots of Mpreg art. Depending on where you went, there might have been more of it. A little card, yes. I passed by the table for shoot. Elven Hound is the name of the artist, and I was looking at some of the designs, and there was a really nice stag design that they did, and I grabbed the story card for it as a bit of a reminder, as well as to show you what it looked like in case it was something you want to pursue. Alright, let's go see our boyfriend in waiting? Not really. He's not a boyfriend. Lord Horsefant. He is very passionate that he is.
I already forgot I was on this call. I'm gonna bye. Or I'm gonna leave. Bye.
You did what I do. Bye. Thanks for joining me, Ryu. Oh, I see why you forgot you were in a cutscene. I should stop my yapping. Woo. Hello, Lord Horsefall. Was this about requiring several of your retainers to hold you back? I thought you were going to say you got a copy of Mintasha on extra special sale, and I was very... Oh, I'm sorry. No, actually, I didn't know that's what you were looking for. There were a handful of magic cards on sale in the gaming area, but as I was looking over them, I realized I didn't know what you were gonna what you'd be interested in. They had some of the Final Fantasy booster sets. I think it was promo boosters, something like that. I happened to ask about the price, and they're like, "Those are $1,100 a box." And I was like, I think I'll pass on that for now. Joke is there maybe 5 copies of Mintosh ever printed? Yeah, well, apparently they found 3 of the only box of these booster sets. That's $1,100. I was like, and they said they were willing to sell me individual packs for $100 each, and I understand that's probably a decent deal, but still, I was just like, no, my priorities are not listed like that to say that that's a good deal for me personally. Vector packs or scans 100 is actually a deal on those. I wonder if they would have just sold them to me 100 a piece. Wait, no, 100 a piece still would have netted them better than 1,100 for the entire box, I think. Because I think there's like a dozen in a box at least. No, wait, no, I think there's something like that. Oh yeah, so there's 12 in a box. So yeah, so 1,100 for the box would have essentially been a buy 11 get 1 free for their price. Yeah. They were still sealed, by the way, the boxes. There were 3 of them just staring at me. But yeah, I wasn't gonna sink $1,100 to $3,300 for those. Nope. I'll wait a few years. Or whatever it takes. Never do that. I'm glad I'm not alone in that thought. I was worried that you're going to say, actually, you passed up a really, really good deal. And I would have cried. I've been hoping that in a few years the prices will come down as demand decreases. Oh, well, fuck that, apparently. Alright. Figure that out eventually. Yeah, I was not going to YOLO that one. What were you thinking, Dozy? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair, knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then engaging the abomination in mortal combat? By the Fury, Dozy! 'Tis the stuff of ballads, a battle for the ages. Would that I had been there to fight by your side. Yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But you're here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Is Horshaphant my boyfriend? I don't realize it. Is that what just happened here? That's the kind of chewing out I'd expect from my partner. He's a good man. You could certainly do worse as far as partners go. You could do far worse. Collector boosters are a single print run. They will never make more ever again. Yeah, I was just kind of hoping that some of the Final Fantasy fad desire would also die on them. But I suppose that's hollow naivete. Sir Emmerich wished to have words with you and Master Alphino in private. He awaits us in the intercessory. Pray go on ahead without me, Dozy. Another matter requires my attention, but I shall join you soon. Okay. Horshaphant is a sweetheart. He really is. And that's exceedingly rare in this entire realm of Ishgard. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once. Yes, thank you. To the intercessory. A word I never use anywhere else.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Alphino, you overplay your hand.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
Well, I wouldn't go that far.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
Just like any of the other nation states would do anyway.
Choose your next words carefully.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light.
Stress on our.
Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them.
Please be less cynical. He's really doing his best to be patient with you, Alphino.
I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart.
Yeah, shouldn't do that with politics.
I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second in command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies.
Interesting that she uses the our pronoun.
Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orchefort, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Good boy.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
I always have faith in you, Orchefort. Good luck in your duty. Let's see. Wait a tick. How am I doing on tombstones? 332. I think it's enough to purchase another piece. I'll have to stop by Revenant's Toll shortly. Yeah. I forgot how much Alphino tried my patience at this part of the story. But he is still young, and he has taken upon himself the mantle of a diplomat. And he doesn't have as much experience as he thinks he does with other peoples. So, in my opinion, Emmerich was being very charitable with Alphino's lack of professionalism at points there. If any other person representing Ishgar were there, they would have just ended it right there and sent Alphino out. So, honestly, I think any of the most of the yeah, I would say that's most people from the other three nations that we're more familiar with probably also would have treated him similarly. His role as a scion, as a leader among the scions and now the Crystal Braves, is the only thing that is granting him a little leniency currently. Sorry, Ash. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat, and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Dozy. It is better that we continue this conversation in more donuts. So, yes. For those who have lost track at home, there are 14 Imperial Legions. So, everything that we've done so far in A Realm Reborn, that was a single Imperial Legion that we were working with. So multiply that by 14. It would quickly get out of control. Oh gosh. I was refreshing myself on some of the history of Hydaelyn the other day. It was a long flight. So, well, 2 hours, not even, but still. I find it kind of felt long. Because I was in the middle seat, so I was just there with my elbows tucked into my side the entire time. I was just like, alright, there's not much I can do, let's just read. I wish to actually go through here. Bunny Smalls, I see. Lunch Eater? Nice names, guys. Anyway. So presently I have Ironworks everything except for the pants and the baubles. Let's see if I can get the pants. Warrior. Alright, I can't get them yet. So I need another 180-ish. And the baubles, I think I could... Alright. Oh wait, accessories. Oh wait, that's right, they're with you as well. I could buy one of them. I think I'd rather just save up for the pants, though. They're a bigger impact overall. Alright. Okie doke. I remember I need 500-ish. Oh, yeah, and I'm to the Rising Stones. Do, 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 ow. Mm-hmm. Oh, when did that happen? I just noticed that at some point the settings got opened on the RPG minigame thing. Let me make sure that still works. Okay, it still works. Interesting. How long has that been like that? Oh, and we can do this. Get used to that.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole. Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Coerthas, assuming you're ready to speak of it. Excellent. I shall summon the others at once.
Please have voice acting for everyone once they're assembled. It's the least you can do for stealing my frames.
Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Mm-hmm.
Master Louisoir's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
As certain as we can be that good King Mogglmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal wielding the power of a primal.
Yep. Did we fail to mention her connection to the Mother Crystal? I feel like that should imply already that the Echo is at work here.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not, but full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you.
Oh, good, we did mention it.
Hear, feel, think.
Mm-hmm.
Hydaelyn speaks to her as well.
Mm-hmm. Go on.
If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Oh, we're back to item coffers, I see. Item level 110. I think it's the same as what I'm currently wielding. Oh no, I'm wielding 130. Yeah, well, that'll be saved for something else. I mean to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgard Zoma. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Do you hear that? A commotion outside. Would you see if aught is amiss? Yep. What is going on? Uh-oh. Dozy, 'tis well that you are on hand. We have a problem. Royal has escaped. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. 'Tis plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Royal quitting the city via the Gate of Nald, with a bloodied spear in her hand. She makes for Castra Meridianum, I am certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilberd and the First are hot upon Royal's heels. Pray, make haste to Camp Bluefog and join the hunt. Sure. Before that, I want to give people a sneak peek. For those that aren't in the know. Or, you know, I shouldn't say aren't in the know, but those who may have missed the mention of it in the past discussion. That right there in the middle of the lake, that wreck with the skeleton wrapped around it, that skeleton is allegedly Midgard Zormer. So, that's the one who I've been asked to go and speak to. He is the one who is... Alright, fine, I'll descend a little. He is the one who is nicknamed the Keeper of the Lake because, well, his corpse is in keeping with the lake. So, you'll learn more details about that coming up soon, if I recall correctly. Many more details. Anyway, we are to warp to Camp Bluefog. Or, well, to get there, I'm gonna take a shortcut. Yeah. Here we go. No. I flew down. What are you bugging me about? Oh. Hi, Elbert. My thanks for coming, Scion. I have spoken with the soldiers here. They say that Royal walked through the camp not a bell ago. She walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Raubon's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her. And so here we are. Royal must not be allowed to reach Castra Meridianum. Well, that part's potentially easy enough. As long as I was brought here with sufficient time. Just head to the searchlights. Ah, okay. Ah, this is what you were speaking of about the fate. Oh dear. Ooh. Weird being in first person mode. But I wanted a better look. You look familiar, actually. Alright. Proceed. The reason Royal. This wretch was with Royal. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut. She didn't blink when we cut him down. Not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own. The god's damned harpy. With me, Scion, we almost have her. She's already made contact. Well. Oh, shoot. Let's get everyone's attention. Ooh. Maybe not that much attention. Whoop. Yeah, well now it's just you. Defeat Elaine, Royal, and her Imperial allies. Oops. A lot of orange areas to avoid. Ah, good. She's about down. You need to die. You're very inconvenient to me. Whoops. I'm gonna get hit by that. Oh, that wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Well, let's slow you all down anyway. Oh, you guys... Oh, right. She doesn't die until this guy's down. I get it. Or until all of her allies are down. Yeah, 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 yeah. Really? More of you? Oh. Reinforcements for everyone. Oh, nope, not you. What is this effect around you? Oop. No time for reading. Oh. Done. Okay. It's a little annoying when the main target is essentially dead, but the fight still goes on because there are just reinforcements coming in the entire time. Like, I feel like I should be able to focus her down and be like, well, that was our goal. Let's just get out of here and not deal with all the other, you know, peons. Bind her and do it tight. Yes, sir. Good work, men. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of low? You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You take it your God's-given right to rule over others. You know not of our plight, the injustice that we low-bornish guardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive, stealing, killing, even whoring myself. It is no fault of mine if fools imagine me a paragon when I join the flames. To hear you tell it, one would think you the only person ever to have suffered. In case you have forgotten, Raubon himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth, with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand that we had been dealt, and played it to the best of our ability. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different, then? 'Tis true that we were both mercenaries of lonely birth, and 'tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. Let's see if that works. But enough talk. You will return to Ul'dah to face justice, and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. What is the point of snoozing ads if it's not going to let you snooze them? And it still counts against me as well. I just lost a snooze for that. But didn't stop the ads. Lovely. Not so much as a hint of remorse. Well that this sordid business is finally at an end. Hi Sheppy, welcome in. Good to see you. I don't know if you can hear me. Because I don't know the state of the ad. Well, the ads went on anyway. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Raubon chose his. That felt like foreshadowing, sir.
I have heard. Truly bothersome business.
I am not touching anything until the ad break is done. I didn't know this was going to lead into a cutscene. So, we're pausing right here. I want to make sure the ads are done before I go on. How are you guys doing? Hopefully you're enjoying the story. It's getting more tangled, isn't it? Just a wee bit more tangled. Don't worry, we're only holding on for another minute. Assuming I can even trust the ad counter. British. It seems like our next path is going to be to deal with, to go and talk to Midgard Solmer, assuming Royal stays in prison this time. We'll see how Robon decides to handle that to prevent another escape. I assume we're turning her back over to him, and a tighter guard will be put on her. I assume a lot. We'll see. But yeah. It's, I don't know. I feel like there's something missing in the story. Like, that wrapped up too cleanly. Okay. The ads are allegedly over. Everyone should be back. I held tight. I didn't realize a cutscene was starting. So as soon as this started, I just stopped. Welcome in, Sheppy. It's good to see you. I didn't know if you could hear me before. But yeah, the only thing you've missed is they opened on this scene, and it's voice acted. And Telegi Adeleji said what the words you see on the screen here. I have heard a truly bothersome business.
No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Robon. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the blades watch him in the flames day and night.
This place is a terrible place to be having secret talks like this. His words just echo everywhere.
You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace. Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo ul namo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
Punch the potato. Intrigue. Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Robon, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. But I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones and apprise Minfilia of all that has happened. I am aware that the antecedent held Royal, there we are, in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Alright. The toll. It's very close by, apparently. Mordona. It's just fun to say its name. The Moon Sisters. Interesting. Wah, 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 wah. Oh, she's no longer juggling. She actually waved at me. I wasn't even within the typical NPC response distance. Curious. Hi Theos, how you doing? How long am I streaming? I need help with something I'm very unsure how to do. Want to mess up more than I already have. I'm curious. I usually, like, I'll wrap up the story at 11 my time. And then I ramble for a bit. Usually takes me another half an hour to get out. So I think I'll be going for 1 more hour from now. About an hour from now is when I'll raid out. What you working on? If you don't mind sharing openly, that is.
Welcome back, my friend. I have already received word from Alfino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent. I know not what to say.
Ryu. You pronounce that Ryu? Alright, I know the French are weird with their vowels and their double L's, but that seems like it goes another step further. Ryu. Interesting.
Together with Robon, Helene lent us much needed aid at the time of our order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then.
Yeah, the Garleans want to tackle the primal threat too.
But now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Asians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled. My thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
Moonbreeder.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with white auracite, the miraculous material that'll allow us to capture Asian souls. Back at Snow-Cloaked, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to auracite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
The swine.
'Tis our belief that an Asian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Asian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Heidelin bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy.
Maybe a concentrated aether.
Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Heidelin placed the means to destroy the Asians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Heidelin did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Pray tell.
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white auracite? One to trap the Asian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
Hi, Turtwig. Welcome in. Good to see you.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
Twould seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the aura site. And I could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands.
Urianger, come on.
Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Urianger has to wash his hair tonight.
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
I love Moonbreeder.
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident at the Isle of Vow. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
As in not a crater, but just never existed?
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not with the isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
Indeed.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement, but I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the dark beings call the one true God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Sounds familiar. Which it should. I suppose I've experienced this before, but still, it's in the back of my head.
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea.
How you doing, Turtwig? I hope you made it home safely.
So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
Why you? That's not how you spell that.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the media project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash.
I think I do understand, and I have more questions that I'll ask you after stream. I'm curious how you went about that, about your attempts.
We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling. and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the Calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A counter.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zosgalvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
I'm glad you made it home safely, Turtwig.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
7 hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
At least.
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me.
I'm not home, just at Grandma's. Oh, okay. Well, I'm glad you're at a resting place where you're comfortable. It was good seeing you, Turtwig. I had a lot of fun at the con with you. Thanks for joining me for the final lunch, too.
By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
There's one that ties all of these together into one master. The Buttheads.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
Just picturing buttheads like the cone heads. Not quite as literal. Just trying to drag me into that restaurant all week.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them?
Poor Roban.
Those cankers! who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monitorous scum. Your crimes will not go unpunished. One day I will purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12. I swear it.
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace. I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long. Has the situation grown so grim? Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents. This would serve to exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds. A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the immortal flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Uldah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
Yeah.
Eorzea can ill afford for the immortal flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah. The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends.
Yay! Capitalism at its finest.
For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For Ul'dah to move forward, it is not only the syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Roban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves, for a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah. Your Grace, are you certain of this? There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be.
Okay, she's got the guts.
Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Roban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
So, and where? Oh man, we are closing upon it. Listen, you can hear the eagle scream, can't you? Oh yeah, Oh, he had been looking. He had been mentioned it earlier in the week. Ah, I see. I must have missed that detail. Well, that's fine. We got there in the end, and I'm glad you could have been there. I'm glad you were able to be there for it. Fun time hanging out. Yay! I don't know how mysterious I am, but I am just a derp. Let's see. But it was nice meeting you. It was nice getting to crush you in hugs and pick you up. As well as spend time chatting with you. Let's see. I think I should be able to pick up this story quest. And then we'll probably wrap up at that point. I just know because I'm looking at the clock, which is in the upper right corner of the screen, by the way. That's the time. My time. So oh. I am most eager to address the Ascian threat. However, we dare not neglect our other pressing concerns. We both know full well that Saint Shiva will not be the last primal we face, and our relationship with Ishgard is still tenuous at best. To think that the resolution of the primal threat was once the sole priority of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some days I wonder if it was wise for us to take on so many other responsibilities. Uppies are fun, yeah. Lest you forget, Antecedent, the Scions need not shoulder the burden alone. Were not the Crystal Braves established for this very reason? True, we are presented with a multitude of problems. However, we have all the resources we need to address them in turn. Dozy, in particular, is ever a steadying hand, who I trust will continue to support the Braves. Nod right through my armor. To what do we owe the pleasure? Have there been further developments regarding the situation in Ul'dah? As expected, the Immortal Flames have been struggling to cope with the revelation that one of the highest-ranking officers was a Guardian agent. Suffice it to say, Teleji Adeleji and his monetarist ilk have wasted no time in attempting to turn the situation to their advantage. Coupled with ongoing unrest, the Flames are finding themselves hard-pressed. Plainly, General Raubon needs our help, and I will direct the Crystal Braves to offer what support they can. If I am to stay abreast of the latest developments and issue effective orders, however, I cannot afford to waste time traveling back and forth. And so, for the foreseeable future, I think it would be best if I were to remain in Uldar. Unless you have an objection? None whatsoever. We have matters here well in hand. Moonbreeder's research is proceeding as planned. So she tells me, though I am not familiar with the details. Orianger is poring over his tomes at the Waking Sands, and the others are contributing in their own ways. Alas, the key problem, how to form an ethereal blade at will, remains unsolved. Nevertheless, it is only a matter of time. Dozy, while we focus on that task, mayhap you could assist Alphonode and his braves with theirs. It would do much to restore faith in the immortal flames, if the Warrior of Light was seen working on their behalf. Never forget that your esteemed status allows you to act in ways that those more tightly bound to organizations and nations cannot. As ever, I implore you to do so. Not that your response was ever in doubt, but I humbly thank you once more for aiding our cause. Now then, there are preparations I must attend to before my departure, such as receiving Riol's latest report. He has proven to be quite skilled at gathering information others wish kept secret, hence why I placed him under my direct command and ordered him to investigate the Uldan riots. When you are finished here, join me outside. Depending on what he has to say, I may soon have a favor to ask. Wordy indeed. However, if there are any developments on our front, I shall inform you at once in usual fashion. Oops. Thanks for the boop. And thanks for the hydrate, Jade. The random QWERTY. And a treat. Why, thank you. I will not turn this down. Thank you. Alright. This is where I will have to put the story up for now. I just want to make sure that when I left the solar, it didn't trigger, you know, an event. That way I know I'm safe to leave and do my own thing off stream. Dvorak, nice. But what about what was it? Coleman? I think Coleman's another one. Also managed to get to the rock climbing gym with Freddy. A complete. Oh, that's awesome! I was wondering if you guys managed to make it there. So, I'm glad you got to go, and it's awesome that you completed some courses. Your other friend group discovered how uppies make you giggle and chat. Now they all pick you up. Aww. It is fun giving you uppies. You clearly enjoy it, and I'm happy for that. Of course. Oh, Colmark. I was close. I had most of it. Thanks for correcting me. But yeah, if naturally, of course, if you ever need, you know, a day of no uppies, you know, just let me know. Should I be concerned that the shop at the dealer's den that was selling zebra leg purses was where the last zebra meet and greet was held? No, there's nothing to worry about there. I assure you, there were no snacks had. I mean, let's see. Random keyboard smash. Random keyboard smash looks the same in any keyboard style, I think. Oh, anyway, I should not allow myself to be tempted. Hello, Dozy. Are you sleeping? Damn, the game just called me out point blank immediately. 4 a.m.? Okay, I guess we both got called out, Jade. Are you sleeping well? You must be absolutely exhausted from saving the realm on a daily basis. Oh, I'm exhausted for many reasons, Tataru. Or Tataru. Alright. Let me put this up. Let me cease my temptations for distraction. Wait. Oh, I'm not in a... before I do, though. I want to be in a, what's the term? A sanctuary. And apparently the Rising Stones is not a sanctuary. But if I go outside, I am in a sanctuary. How curious. How very curious. Alright. Now I can do this. There's an implication there that I don't know if I like. About the Rising Stones not being a sanctuary. Anyway. Let's move over. Yep. Shop is run by Yeens, though? Oh, no. I'm sure those Yeens are... Actually, if I remember right, and I probably don't, I don't think hyenas usually... I don't think they usually take down prey on their own. I think they're a little more opportunistic. I think they think they usually go more for the carrion route. Carrion, not carry on. These aren't bags to be taken on the plane with you. Oh, a good rotation of all the vertebrae, apparently. All right. But yes, it was good. Ryunimu Yuhini. Is that keyboard smash in Japanese? Random Japanese? Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. I was gonna say, it's just like, I don't think those are words I recognize. Oh, thanks for hanging out for the stream. It's awesome having you guys here. Look at those quests you haven't picked up. Don't remind me. Every time I walk through the tavern in front of the Waking Sands, or I mean the Rising Stones, I see all those quest markers. Do you know how many quest markers I see around the realm that I've been straining to avoid? I don't deserve this. Yeah. So yeah. I've been good about not letting myself get too distracted on the main story streams. So actually, let me catch on this first. Hyenas are optimistic. Opportunistic. He tries to steal kills from leopards and lions. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. They don't hunt usually. There's lots of videos of people just walking beside, yeah. I don't know if I'd walk beside hyenas on, like, without some extra defense. I feel like if hyenas came upon, like, a lone creature they thought was weak and could be easily taken down, and they were hungry enough, I don't think they would balk at trying. Like, I think what happened is those videos of people walking alongside them meant that there was a camera crew there as well. So there were multiple people, and the hyenas were probably just a little more wary of that. Lismack. Indeed. With your baton. Who doesn't love a random keyboard smash? They are convenient for making passwords. Don't even know why I have a Japanese keyboard. I don't even speak Japanese. I have it just for the occasional, like when I used to practice it, which I've let kind of fall by the wayside. So many things on the list of things that I want to do, and I've not been good about it. So my plan for Final Fantasy streaming is not to do it every single stream going forward. I feel like that might get a little monotonous for people, especially since MSQ is going to go for a long time. That's just MSQ. That's just the main scenario. That's not any of the side stuff. So, my plan is I will do Final Fantasy each stream until we get into Heavensward proper. Like, until we start, like, we're out of these interlude quests, interlude story arc, and we're actually started on Heavensward. You'll know. Believe me, you'll know. At that point, what I will probably do is do Final Fantasy on Wednesdays, and I will start doing a different game on Mondays. I have a couple of ideas in mind. I'll let you know when we get closer to that time.